Good morning, everybody. I'm glad you're here today. It's a beautiful day here in the Chicagoland area. And if you don't know who I am, I'm Rita Hickman. I'm a body-mind expert, a shiatsu massage therapist, and a holistic women's business coach. Basically, what I do is I teach women how they actually work, how their body-minds work, based a lot on Eastern medicine traditions, as well as, hey Karen, as well as North and South Native American traditions. Hey Aurora, good to see you. And I help them put healthy habits in place that keep them moving forward. So today's topic is about if you have found yourself lately obsessing about your friends and your family instead of actually doing things that are moving you towards your dreams. You know, it happens to a lot of us who are in holistic practices or who want to start one. What happens is we're in it because we want to help people. We want to help people feel better. We want to help people heal and fix themselves. And what tends to happen is we are women who have highly sensitive nervous systems. And our focus and our intention in our life is to help other people. And so our dreams and our ideas end up on the back burner. So I want to give you a different paradigm. I want you to think about this just a little bit differently. When you find yourself, let's say, waking up in the morning or the middle of the day or going to sleep at night, and your mind won't shut down when you're reviewing all the conversations that you had. Hey, Barbara. When you're reviewing all the conversations that you had, when you're thinking about, what your spouse said or what they should have said or how you should have responded or why is, my child doing this or why is my friend acting this way? I can't believe it. It's making me crazy. It's natural for us to think that we're just sensitive women who want to help other people. And that's very true. But what it actually is, hey Veronica, what it actually is a sign that you are a little bit more stressed. It doesn't mean that you're not important. It doesn't mean you don't love yourself. It doesn't mean you don't respect yourself. Hey Carrie, nice to see you. What it means is when you find your mind circling around and around in the same pattern is that your nervous system is probably overstimulated. So let me give you my best trick for how to handle this. When I notice my mind obsessing or going over and over the same thoughts, usually my relationships, because I'm a caring sort of human being. I'm thinking about how can I help? Why are they doing this? Why did they do this to me? I'm thinking about those things. But in reality, I don't pay attention to them. Instead, I say, look at that. My mind is going around and around in the same thoughts. What do I need? What am I missing? And so typically for me, it can be I'm missing some grounding. Let's say getting outside, my feet on the ground, or something that settles down my nervous system. Or it's because I'm a little bit dehydrated, or I had too much caffeine or too much sugar. Or that I let everything in my environment overstimulate my senses, from my phone constantly going off to my emails happening. Hey Swati, nice to see you. So when I find myself with my thoughts going in a circle and not being able to focus on the things that I wanted to, you've got that list, you're like, I'm going to work on my dream today. I'm going to take steps forward. I've got a plan. This is great. And you find that seemingly your higher priorities are the other people in your life. Don't look at it that way. Look at it as oh, look at that. I'm obsessing again. What do I need to do to get myself back centered? Because have you ever found, and I find this is true in my practice all the time, women come in and there are these seemingly really big problems on their mind. Let's say their ex just moved back into town, or their kids, using too much pot, or their spouse is emotionally disconnected. And it feels like it's a huge deal. Hey, Ailette, nice to see you. It feels like it's overwhelming and that should require all of our energy. But typically, by the time they've talked to me for about 45 minutes, it could be about anything. It could be about dogs or the weather or tea, as well as, the stuff that's on their mind so that they can kind of move the energy. And then we do a little bit of body work, 50 minutes, an hour maybe. Suddenly they've got clarity and understanding. The things that seemed so important, the stuff they felt they had to control and they couldn't stop thinking about, now we're in a better perspective. and they're ready to take the next step forward. A lot of times when we're having sensitive emotions or we're having running thoughts, people immediately tag it as in, you have mental and emotional health issues. Hey, Cindy, you need to talk to somebody. You need a therapist. You need a counselor. You need to fix yourself. You need to, stop obsessing. You need to stop being such a type A personality. But what I found is all of these type A personalities and all of these people with mental and emotional health issues, once we get it dialed down, it takes care of itself. So the science behind it is when you're stressed out physically, typically physically, because your nervous system is overwhelmed by information and stuff going on, and maybe you haven't made good, wise choices that make your body feel good, fiber, water, sleep, blah, blah, blah. You haven't done that. It comes across as mental or emotional issues. It comes across as, this is a drama. It needs to be handled. What am I going to do? How am I going to handle this? And then once it gets dialed down, once you do the things that make you feel good again, suddenly the path opens up and the way is clear. And you've got the desire and the motivation, and you get things done. And you move in the direction of your dreams. Because suddenly you're not wasting all of this brain time obsessing about something. Because you're out of your limbic system now and back in your rational mind, and suddenly it's not as important as it was. Even the big things, even the big scary things, once we get people what they need, hey Tracy, once women get the things that they need to dial down that overstimulation, to get the nourishment that they've been looking for, that's how you get back on track with your dreams. So if you're finding yourself saying, well, I'm just oversensitive, well, I'm just too emotional, well, I must be broken, well, maybe this is an issue that I had, or the other thing, which is, why are they doing this to me? I wish they would stop. Whose fault is this? I need to get a different job. I need to get a different spouse. I need to set some lines. If you find yourself either internalizing it, it's all my fault, or externalizing, it's all their fault. When you find yourself doing that, all that is a sign that you need to do something that's nourishing for yourself. Hey, Peggy, that you need to do something that dials you back down and gets you regrounded. Hey, Severine. So that could be body work. It could be a walk in the woods. It could be deep breathing exercises. It could be water. It could be cutting out caffeine for the day. It could be, going on low sugar for a couple days. It could be doing a juicing cleanse. Whatever you need to do to get yourself back in balance, that's what tends to resolve even the biggest problems in your life. That's when you get the clarity and the understanding. It's time that we stopped thinking about our mental and our emotional challenges as actually mental and emotional challenges. It's time we started looking at them as, how am I taking care of myself? And when you get that piece taken care of, you find women will come in, and an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours later, their problems are magically resolved. Suddenly I'm a magician that solved everything. And it really wasn't that at all. I gave them a space to move the energy through words. I gave them connection, a little bit of tea, and I gave them some body work to dial down their nervous system. And suddenly I'm the smartest person in the world. Okay? Hey, Julia, nice to see you. So it's time for you to be the smartest person in the world. If you're finding yourself, especially with the holidays, feeling like your head is spinning, or that you're more emotionally sensitive, or that you're being distracted by all of the problems that the people in your life have, even if it's coming across as anxiety or depression. If you're finding yourself doing that, don't look at it as a mental or emotional breakdown or health issue. I want you to look at it as something physical that you can actually do something about. Hey, Geneva, something that there's action that you can take that will make you feel better. Drink a glass of water, wait 20 minutes, and see if your problems suddenly magically disappear. Okay? Eat a fiber bar, give it a half hour, and see if suddenly the solution is there. Because that's how we work. When we are feeling mentally or emotionally challenged, it's usually because we're back in our limbic system. And doing something healthy that makes your body feel good will get you back on track. Okay, so here's your homework assignment today. I want you to notice when your mind is spinning or when you feel more emotionally fragile. I want you to notice it, and I want you to do something that is physically nourishing for your body. Drink a juice, have a fiber bar, take a nap, turn off your phone for a while. Do something that will physically calm down your nervous system. And if you do that, you will find the solutions magically appear, and suddenly the way is clear. So that's your homework assignment for today, okay? Now don't forget to like, love, share, comment on other people's comments, because we need to get this information out. We are not broken. There is nothing wrong with us. We are not mentally or emotionally ill for the most part, except, when we are. But for the most part, it's because our body is trying to tell us through our thoughts and our feelings that it needs something. And you know as well as I that we treat our bodies horribly. We treat them like, they're just commodities. And they're telling us through our thoughts, our obsessive thoughts, and through our sensitive emotions. Okay? So cool. Thanks for joining me today. I'm excited to see you tomorrow. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.